Wow, what's going on in Chicago today? Look at all these smiling faces. I have to agree with Jim. I'm glad that I'm not walking today, that's for sure. Leading up to the Grand Canyon, I went out and did a photo shoot and a commercial. We filmed a commercial about, I think it was 6 weeks before that walk. And I remember going back to the hotel that night and calling my wife and saying, the winds are unbelievable today. If the winds are like this, there's no way I can walk the wire. And she said, you know what, honey, don't worry about it. The winds are going to be perfect. The weather's going to be perfect that night. You have no reason to be concerned. You're 6 weeks out, don't worry about it. She was absolutely right. That's one of the challenges of what I do is it's easy to start getting worried early. Today I could look out the window and go, wow, how am I going to walk in this? But I am pretty calm and pretty confident in the fact that the weather is going to be, it's looking promising. I actually like the weather that Jim just called out, and I would be thrilled if the weather was like that. It is an honor to be here. Skyscraper Live in Chicago, another dream of Nik Wallenda. I say it often, I'm living my dream. To be right here in this beautiful city is just an honor. It's just extremely exciting. I look up at those buildings and contrary to what you guys would think, that it would freak me out and stress me out, I get excited. The fact that here I am fulfilling another dream, walking between this time over this incredible city, over this incredible river, over Wacker Drive. And I'm just very, very excited to be able to do something that I have never done before, walk up a 15-degree incline. My engineer just sent me a picture minutes ago of that cable that is fully tensioned at this point. And I get goosebumps thinking about how blessed I am to have these opportunities. And again, thank you guys for being here. I'll shut up and take questions.
Can you tell us about your preparations for this?
Preparations started when my mom was 6 months pregnant with me and walking the wire. I started walking the wire younger than 2 years old and have trained my entire life for events such as this. Specific training for this event happens in my hometown of Sarasota, Florida, at a beautiful park called Nathan Benderson Park, where the public is allowed to come and watch me train. And I train on a cable that was rigged starting at the ground, up at a 15-degree incline, the same distance between Marina City West and the Leo Burnett Building. So it started on the ground and went up about 90 feet above the ground. So many people think, oh, he's training, so it's in a safe environment. Well, no, that's not true at all. Actually, I've lost several family members from only 30 feet above the ground. So walking up 80 feet in training. It wasn't as though the first day that I walked out to that training grounds and looked at that cable that I thought, man, am I going to be able to make it up to the top of this wire? I trained and prepared my entire life. I've done a lot of training on incline wires, but never this distance, never this height, and never done an incline walk in public. But again, I knew that I'd be able to make it from one end to the other. It's just a lot of it is about training for endurance, making sure that I have plenty of strength. My backup plan, if anything goes awry, if the wind gusts get very strong, many of you know, Jim definitely does, 48-mile-an-hour gusts while crossing the Grand Canyon, which is quite a bit of wind. If it gets bad enough, I go down to the safety of that wire and I grab onto that wire and wrap around and I'll wait for help. I've got amazing rescue teams, my incredible rigging team, a lot of them are my guys, and then O'Connell Electric is doing our rigging, who did my rigging for Niagara Falls and the Grand Canyon. But I have an amazing rescue crew that can be to me within about 90 seconds anywhere on that cable. I've trained to hold onto that cable for upwards of 20 minutes. So that's how I can go out there so confident as well, knowing that that cable is always a safe haven, whether I'm over the streets of Chicago or in my backyard or in my hometown of Sarasota at Nathan Benderson Park. That cable is always at my feet, and I can always reach down and grab that and hold on. And that's the short answer.